In pop culture, we've been presented with mice as being very cute. Beverly Cleary's the mouse and the motorcycle. Tom and Jerry's Jerry. Stuart Little. And of course, they are in fact cute. I love mice, I love all animals. But unfortunately, when mice do enter your property, they could cause a great deal of damage. So how to prevent that? There are a variety of different options. Now, if your car or your RV or other form of transportation has mice in it, or the potential to have mice in it, you can get rodent repellent, like this. They're just small bags that you then place into your car or RV to prevent mice from entering it and being attracted to the possibilities that are within your car and setting up shop in there. Now, there are other options as well. You could get a trap that's a catch and release trap. This involves the mouse coming in, eating whatever you've placed in the trap, but nothing will kill the mouse. Then you can hear in the trap that the mouse is in there. You can take the trap then to a local park or some sort of outdoor field and release the mouse or mice well away from your property and your home. Then, of course, there's also bait that you could get, and to place that around your house. That way the mouse can get in, eat the bait, and then go off and die elsewhere as it gets poisoned, and the poison is then time released so that the mouse will die eventually, hopefully not in your house. Then, of course, there is the old school technique of getting the mouse traps we're extremely familiar with from Victor. Now, both of these are different. This is a little cheaper by about 20 cents, and the only convenience is just that where you actually put the bait on is a little bigger, making the actual trap a little easier to set. Now, why do I have these? Honestly, I'm not a big proponent of these. These are old school, but they also kill the mouse in a violent way that I don't appreciate as both an animal lover and a Hindu. But in the situation I find myself in, I have a property, mice are on the property, and mice have now entered my car, despite the fact that I put this rodent repellent out. Unfortunately, I think it was just a little too late in the game. The mice had already set up shop in the car. Now, what's the problem with that? Obviously, they're leaving their mice poop in the car. Yuck. But worse, the mice, if they've set that up as their habitat, could obviously begin to chew wiring in the car, and all of a sudden thousands of dollars in damage could possibly happen to your automobile. Could happen to mine. So unfortunately, in this case, don't know how established the habitat is, don't know how many mice are there, but it's come to the point where the repellent can't work anymore. It's not effective because the mice are living in there. So now I have to go ahead and unfortunately kill the mice and have evidence I've killed them and properly dispose of them then. So that's why I wanted to present to you all the different variety of options for how to handle mice that might be on your property or in your living space or in your car, and now to show you how then to set the most violent of traps, the old school Victor mouse traps. Now, in either of these cases, when you open up a new trap, there's a staple right where the arm bar is at. All you have to do is lift up that arm bar, the staple pops off. Now, from here, what you need to do to set the trap is obviously to put your bait down. Now, classically, we've always thought of putting a little cheese on there for a mouse to eat. But really the most effective approach is spreading peanut butter onto the bait trap. So I'm going to do an example with both of these Victors. So now, just placing a bit of peanut butter there, and maybe this is 20 cents more because it's a lot easier to spread that bait and set the trap. Now at this point, you'll want to pull back this arm bar, which is what is ultimately going to kill the mouse. And then you want to make sure that you've set the bar in place. Now the trap is set. In one of these old school ones, you want to make sure you don't put your finger or anything else in there. The trap is set and you want to put it in place where it needs to go. Now if you've got one of these style ones, it is comparatively a little bit easier. You'll pull that kill bar, as they call it. Oh, sorry, I didn't grab this arm bar where the staple is. Again, push that off, staple goes away. Let's get that kill bar set. And then the nice thing is you can just lift up on this, and then you've set your trap. So it's a lot easier because you can go ahead and just put that arm bar right into the little hole, and a lot more area for bait to be put down. The older school way, 20 cents cheaper, like I said, a little bit harder to set that trap, a little bit harder to put the bait down, but still same effect. Now we're ready to go in placing this bait, excuse me, we're now ready to place this trap into the car. I've already placed one of the traps up in the front of the car in the passenger side, so let me go ahead and place one now back here in the trunk. And so now we'll see what happens. Oh my. Well, we've accomplished our goal and caught a mouse. Now how to properly give the mouse an appropriate end of its life. You could use gloves, of course. I have a plastic bag, and so we want to make sure that we don't put our bare hands onto this mouse while removing it from the trap. Alright, I'm admittedly uncomfortable, so the hell with the $1.50. I'm just going to go ahead and pick up the whole trap and mouse for a proper goodbye. As a Hindu and a lover of animals, this is very difficult. I'll go ahead and quietly say a prayer, and this is a cruel world where this happens. And then I'll toss this mouse into the garbage.